So today we are going to check where we were yesterday that how to there are some logics behind automate some multiple test cases. So as in my last video I just mentioned that how you guys have to automate. So let's consider this application as your project and you have to automate it, and assuming that all the manual test cases has been developed and the testing side has been completed, and now you have to just automate this application. So for example, let's consider this is screen only, and you have to create multiple scenarios, multiple test cases for this particular screen. Starting from that, you have to verify the title of this application, that should be Swag Labs as per the documentation. And the next test case is just to verify that the logo of Swag Labs should be reflected after redirecting on this particular page. And the third test case is that you have to verify these three components: username text box with the placeholder username, password text box with the placeholder password, and the login button. So as I mentioned yesterday, you have to consolidate all your test cases in one single test case for the automation, because you are not that's not the good practice that you are going back to again and again for the each and every test case. So that's why you have to consolidate. And I also prefer always to even manual testers that please create these type of test cases, that those will be helpful for the automation guy after completion of the testing or manual side. It will be very easy to automate those exact test cases. So let's consider that you have to open the browser and navigate to the URL. The first test case, the third step of the first test case, that verify the title should be Swag Labs. That has been completed. Then now the second test case, okay, open the browser, navigate to the URL, verify this logo has been reflected. This is okay for the manual side, but not okay for automation side, because you are not able to go back again to open the browser. That's not, as I mentioned, that's not the good practice. So you have to continue after the verification of the title, that okay, the logo has been reflected. Now the third part of that third test case is that you have to verify these three components. So similarly, you have to go for further step after verification of this logo, that the username text box is reflecting with the placeholder username, password text box is reflecting with the placeholder password, login button is reflecting with the expected tags. It may be login, register. You can take anything for the verification side. Now come to point that how we can create some XPath. As I mentioned in my last video, that we have to go for the XPath instead of ID or name. That will be clear in my upcoming videos, that why I am constantly saying for the use the XPath, but should be the custom XPath. For creating the custom XPath, there are some tricks. I will let you know that how you can guys create multiple XPath for single. So for example, you have to check it that okay, this is the input tag for the username. Same goes for the password. I believe that is also the input tag. So we have two input tags over here, but there should be some difference. uh, And this is it, that ID is changed for both of them. One for one is username, for another is the password. So if we will go for creating the XPath, Control F, you will find the search bar here. Always start with the double slash. That will show that okay, now you are going to create the XPath input, that is our tags. You can see there are three tags with the input in this particular DOM. The one is username, second one is The password, this one, and the third one, I believe it should be belongs to the button. Yes, that is. But we want to have only one that is belongs to the username. Okay. Now we are going to have at the rate. At the rate indicate that which attribute you are going to use. So I can use data test, ID, name, placeholder, any whatever has been placed in the DOM. So if I'm going to use ID and provide the value of the ID, username, you can see that it is showing one of one instead of multiple three. So this is how we can create custom XPath. I hope you will find it helpful and you can create multiple XPath on your own for your application to utilize in the automation. I'm always available for the live problems to resolve as well. If you guys have any problem, please follow my link, subscribe my channel, follow me on LinkedIn. Thank you.